Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 2. Today we are continuing on with our Let's Play. This is episode 8. Now today we are going to be using some American muscle, so we need to go and get ourselves some American muscle. And let's go over to Plymouth for the most amazing car in the history of the world, the Superbird, which is the, muscle car Superbird apparently. Anyways, we're going to buy it in green, because of course we are, because supercars come in silly colours. This one almost weighs 2 tons apparently, which is ridiculous. I'm assuming you cannot race modify the Superbird. I don't think you can race modify any of the Plymouths. Oh, that's a shame. Anyways, the horsepower restrictions for this are actually interesting. Apparently it's free, so I can take whatever the bloody hell I want into the race. Technically I could take the Escudo or the Espace F1 if I wanted to, which I kind of do, but you know, we're trying to go for, oh god, what's the word? I'm trying to make these races as realistic as possible in this series, so no, I can't do that. So we're going to get some Super Softs, because that appears to be sort of the name of the game at the moment, and it's a muscle car, and it really needs Super Softs. So, yeah. It also needs a, I'm assuming, naturally aspirated tune-up. Indeed it is. Let's go for all of the horsepower. Now, that is essentially just going to be the theme song for this car. It's going to be all of the horsepower. Speaking of all of the horsepower, I believe I'm going to need to go and grind out some money shortly. Yes, 516 horsepower in a little computer chip. I will sure take that. How much does the engine balancing give us? Ooh, that's actually quite an increase, so I'll have that, even if it is 16 grand. I will still take it. Port grinding, 548 horsepower. Let's just keep piling on the power. That's what we need in this car. We need more power. Muscle car power. Right. Mufflers, yes, we want those. 588 horsepower. I believe that is going to be the final figure for this car, because there's nothing really else I can do with it. I am going to put the brakes on, because of course I am. Suspension I'm not really going to bother with, at least for now. I'm fairly certain you don't really get like soft suspension in this game. The cars sort of have rock hard suspension by standard, so that isn't really much of an issue. And gearbox, I'm going to go for fully customized just in case, because I'm not really sure what the gearboxes are going to be like on these vehicles. Anyway, let us head over to the special event, and we are going to be doing, of course, the Muscle Car Cup. There we go, that's what it's called. And our first race is at the Seattle Short Circuit. Okay, so we are back. Yeah, this is take 2, because this race did not go very well for me last time. It turns out my Plymouth had extremely short gear ratios for some reason, which meant I couldn't really get the power down. This car also is extremely difficult to drive. Hey look, there's another Superbird in this race. I'm sorry I didn't run down the grid that was in front of me, because I figured I'd need to tell you. Oh my god, okay, we need suspension. You can't really see the car sort of bouncing about on the suspension, but you can definitely feel it. This car needs suspension. I will go and purchase that before the next race, because I think that might be a good idea. Also, maybe getting a differential might be a good idea, because I'm not sure if it's one tyre firing or not. I'm just going to put every single part on this car, I think, because that will probably be the best idea. Yeah, the gearbox was stupid short. As in, I believe it was topping out on the straight at like 190 kilometers an hour, which is about 110 miles an hour. So that isn't good. Also, I apologised for the camera view. I could use this camera. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I cannot drive in this camera to save my life. So unfortunately, we're going to have to stick with this one, where you can't really see much of the car other than, yeah, which is fun. But to be fair, I haven't spun it out this race yet, which is good, although I am not going to speak too soon, because I know what happens when I speak too soon. Occasionally the car just spins out and tries to kill me, because it's a muscle car. And you should always take these muscle cars with caution. Yes, of course you should. Through there is lots and lots and lots of understeer, because it's a muscle car with way too much power for the chassis to handle. To be fair, it hasn't got that much more than it had stock. I mean, the ones in Forza, you can usually give these about 1,000 horsepower, I think. Although this is a Plymouth Superbird, not a Dodge Challenger Daytona, or Dodge Charger Daytona, I should say. I'm not really sure what the difference is. I believe these are both the same vehicle, although don't quote me on that. I'm fairly certain they're very similar, if not the same. I really don't know. Either way, we crossed the line. That was actually a relatively quick time for around Seattle. Anyway, the Plymouth Superbird came in first and second, Dodge Challenger in third, Dodge Charger in fourth, Chevrolet Stingray in fifth, and a Plymouth GTX came in sixth, whatever a Plymouth GTX is. I don't know. I don't really know my American muscle cars too much. I know I like the 69 Charger and stuff like that, but as far as like specific, you know, like the really obnoxious, the really oh god, what do you call them? The really weird sort of hidden ones like the GTX and stuff. I have no idea what any of those are. I believe the GTX in this game. No wait, the muscle car is just a Roadrunner, if I remember that correctly. Anyway, let's check what we got as a prize card. The answer is a PT Spider. Hey look, it's this car. I don't like this car at all, so I'm selling it. I think it's very ugly. Anyway, speaking of that, the money that I just got from selling the PT Spider, we can now put it into suspension and LSD upgrades. No, not that sort of LSD. Right. Let's go into some tuning. No, not turbo. Although, can we stick a turbo on this? No, we can't. God damn it. I really wanted a turbo Plymouth Superbird. Why not? Suspension. Semi-racing. Yes, I'm not going to buy the fully adjustable one because I can't be asked to go in there and change everything because I don't know suspension to save my life. And we want a... that? Aha! Yes, it is. I don't know what any of this stuff does. I'll have this one. 2-way, 1-way, 1.5 way, no idea. Just give me that one, the fully customized one, so I can actually change everything on it. Right, let's jump back into the events, and we are going next to the Seattle City course. Okay, we are on course at the Seattle City circuit. We have a Corvette there, we have a Plymouth GTX, we have a bunch of other muscle cars up there. I believe there's a Roadrunner up there, or a Plymouth muscle car I should say, a Dodge, oh wait no, Plymouth Cuda and a Shelby GT 500 KR I believe. Anyways, this car automatically feels a lot slidier apparently. Yeah, so I tweaked the differential and the suspension a little bit. I've basically made the car as low as it will go, and I've also made it so that the limited slip has a bit less initial acceleration. Like, you can tune it, so essentially like acceleration, deceleration. Oh my Christ. Spinny, spinny, spin. It's like being in a tumble dryer. This is the tumble dryer. There you go, that's what this car is. It is the tumble dryer. Because it just wants to spin constantly, all the time. I thought it was being really sort of... I wasn't really sure how my differential settings would go. The answer is it's gone pretty poorly. You see, now what happens is, unlike in the old one, where you could sort of feel the suspension roll, and it wasn't particularly good, and eventually the car would end up spinning out. Now the car feels fine, but it just spins out without warning at all. Like before, it gave you a little bit of a heads up saying, hey look, you're about to spin out. This car is just like, nope, you're spinning out, which is not good. Also, it doesn't help the fact that my understeer issues are still a thing, which is bloody excellent, thank Christ for that. That's just what I like, understeer issues in a car. There we go, brake into there. First gear, bang it off the limiter a little bit. This isn't going particularly well, but we are winning, which is good. Yeah, I don't think this car is going to be used again, gotta be honest. Although, to be fair, I don't think any of the cars we've used thus far in the Let's Play will ever be used again, because, of course, I've got to keep it fresh and use different cars each and every bloody episode. Which is fine, you know, I like using all the different cars. It does mean occasionally I have to go out and do a bit more grinding, but, whatever. To be honest with you, this will probably be like my last recording session of the night, and then I will maybe record some of this tomorrow if I have a chance. I will go ahead and record some more Gran Turismo 2, and yeah, should be fun. But now, yeah, I'm not going to discuss that actually, because I have no idea. I was about to say this is for now the only Let's Play. I don't really know what's happening as far as other Let's Plays. I'm trying to get some other ones off the ground. I'm just sort of invested in the GT2 one at the moment, and it feels like the only one I can really keep up with at the moment. You know, I'm sure you guys don't mind GT2, it's getting fairly good viewings and everything, so yeah, as long as you guys don't mind GT2, this will probably be the only one, at least for a little bit of the future. I will try and get another one off the ground as soon as I can. I'm just having some issues with new capture card and stuff. But yeah, this one's working fine, so yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do like doing this Let's Play, I really do. I love Gran Turismo 2, it's such a fantastic game, this. It really is my favourite game of all time, I absolutely adore it, I think it's amazing. Although when I'm driving on Plymouth Superbird, my feelings on that, they're not quite as solid. Anyways, we get first place and we win that race, we win it by a hell of a lot actually, so what have we got? Mercury Cougar, oh it was a Cougar was it, comes in second, Plymouth GTX in third, it was a GTX. Fourth comes the Plymouth Cougar, fifth comes the Stingray, sixth comes the Plymouth Muscle Car. What is the Plymouth Muscle Car? Well, that actually show me on this replay bit. Come on, start the race so I can actually see what the Plymouth Muscle Car is. Oh, it's doing that, is it? I mean, that's kind of cool. What is the Plymouth Muscle Car? That's the Plymouth Muscle Car. That's the, I've forgotten what it's called. What is it called? I've completely forgotten. It's in Forza Horizon, I know that much about it. There we go, I have a bit of a spin out there, let's quickly end that. Is it GTX? I don't think it's the GTX. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I know it shares a chassis with a Hemi Cuda. I know that much about it. I honestly, for the life of me, can't remember the name of it. But there you go. That's, yeah, like I said, my muscle car knowledge, it's a bit hit or miss. I do know bits and bobs, but not all that much of it, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway, let us go to our garage and see what we have won from that last event. We have run a Cobra. Okay, I'll take a Cobra. Pretty cool car, worth quite a lot of money actually as well. Yeah, sure, why not? Anyways, let's get back into the racing and let's move on to our final event of the day. And we are going to be going to Laguna Seca. So let's head into this. Okay, we are on track and we have many brightly coloured muscle cars here today. I was about to say supercars. They're not supercars. They're definitely not supercars. Anyways, we have a Plymouth muscle car, a Plymouth Superbird in the same colour as mine. We have a horrible, hateful Camaro. We have a whatever that's supposed to be. I think it's a Dodge Charger, and there is a Dodge Challenger in this race. Okay, so essentially we've just been sort of going against the same opponents over and over again. Because of the way the Muscle Car Championship works, and there's like no horsepower limit or anything. It's just essentially the same car showing up to the race over and over again, which is fine by me. Admittedly, it isn't helped by the fact that Gran Turismo's muscle car list isn't particularly great. I mean, you know, if you want muscle cars, there's other racing games you can play. You don't play Gran Turismo because of its fantastic selection of muscle cars, let's be honest. I mean, even in Gran Turismo 6, excuse me, I would hazard a bet that Forza probably has more muscle cars than Gran Turismo does, because Gran Turismo never really had many muscle cars to begin with. Not counting all of those silly pre-tuned ones. You know, like the Red Devil Camaro and Jay Leno's, whatever, Jay Leno's crazy machine he's bought out this time. I wish the tank car was in this game. I'd love to drive the tank car in this game, because that car is just insane. I'll probably want it eventually in Gran Turismo 6. I think I've got a tank car in my garage, but I don't think I've actually used it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. I will say, I'm not sure if it's the limited slip in this car, or maybe it's just some like random NA tune lag, but it feels like between the 5,000 and 6,000 rev range, there's just no power, and then all of a sudden it all comes on. It's a little bit strange, the way it feels. I'm not sure if it, like I said, it could be a differential issue, just because of the way the differential's set up. It may be causing like some issues with one of the tyres, perhaps. That's all I can really think it could be. But there you go. Anyways, let's go into here. Understeer. I am going to be quite happy to say goodbye to the Plymouth Superbird, because it isn't a particularly nice handling vehicle to drive, which is not very good at all. But hey ho. Oh crap, I've just remembered I'm going to have to drive this vehicle again anyway, because I've got to drive it for the thumbnail. In case you're wondering, sort of like when I start these... Oh, no. Can't slide out now. In case you're sort of like wondering, when I like come back into these episodes, I usually have like... and like when I did the Sunday Cup one, I had a bit more money, like I'd done the race again. It's because I do the race again, I essentially do it for the thumbnail, just to get like the car driving by, because I decided to spare you guys that in the actual episode itself, because it's very boring to watch through a replay just to get a thumbnail. But yeah, essentially to get a thumbnail, I'll just play the race again and do it that way. Anyway, the Plymouth Superbirds came in first and second, the Camaro came in third, the Challenger came in fourth, the Muscle Car came in fifth, and the Charger is in sixth. Excellent. They were a lot slower than I was, but then again their cars weren't super duper upgraded. If I didn't spin out on the corkscrew, I would have won that race by an absolute country mile. Anyways, we win 10 grand and we win a new car, so let us go for the final time tonight and find out what that new car is. Okay, let's head to the garage and see what we have acquired. The answer is a Phaeton. Huh. Yeah, this thing. This was a thing. Does it have information? Yeah, it does. It's a very, very strange looking car. I'm going to keep it for its weirdness. I'm probably going to sell this Cobra just because it's worth 75 grand. And I'm not going to do anything with it, so I may as well sell it. So there we go. Anyways, that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. My name's been The Real Emile, and until next time, farewell.